The seawall was designed in order to take into consideration the climate change and all the changes that we are seeing environmentally. So the wall is in essence at a height of +9 above mean sea level. So it can withstand all kind of occurrences. So yes, it is a very good protection, and it has already triggered a lot of attention with many other players along West African countries, and they would like to do something similar as well.
Welcome, Dany Abboud, to the Africa CEO Forum, CEO of Hitech, Nigerian construction company, but not active only in Nigeria. Tell us a little bit about the work you're doing in the region.
Thank you, Nicolas, for having me. Hitech is based in Nigeria, and we work in West African countries, 3 West African countries for the time being. We have our major hub in Nigeria. Then we work in Togo and in Benin Republic. So this is where, and we are hopefully trying to expand in West Africa and Africa as a whole.
And the work in Benin and Togo, this is building roads?
Yes, exactly. We are into infrastructure, roads, bridges, dams, marine. So, but mainly in Togo and Benin Republic, we are into roads.
Fantastic. For the time being. So in Nigeria, a lot of people have heard about Eko Atlantic City. It went through a period of maybe slower growth. There was the COVID pandemic, but in recent times, things have accelerated. The US consulate is being built there. I think it's the biggest in the world. And lots of other things are being sort of mushrooming up, these buildings. What role did you play in the Eko Atlantic City project?
At Eko Atlantic, we were mainly involved in the shoreline protection and the seawall. We also did the bridges of Eko Atlantic City. Our main role was to execute the shoreline protection, because without it there is no Eko Atlantic. So that's the main feature of Eko Atlantic for the time being.
Right. This is the erosion from the Atlantic Ocean, which was coming into Bar Beach and which was actually sending huge volumes of salt water into Lagos itself. Hence the genesis of the Eko Atlantic project itself. And tell us a little bit about that wall, because the climate crisis is not going away. Sea levels are rising. Are you getting people around the continent who are saying, "Hey, we love what you guys have been doing in Lagos. Come and help us protect our shore in Senegal or in Togo"?
In essence, yes. We had lots of visits to Eko Atlantic City. Most of the visitors, they were very astonished with the level of work that has been done there. The seawall was designed in order to take into consideration the climate change and all the changes that we are seeing environmentally. So the wall is in essence at a height of +9 above mean sea level. So it can withstand all kind of occurrences. So yes, it is a very good protection, and it has already triggered a lot of attention with many other players along West African countries, and they would like to do something similar as well.
There has also been in the last 24 months many road building contracts since the new administration of Bola Tinubu. What is Hitech doing in these various contracts? I know you have a road to Calabar, but also to the north as well.
Yeah, we were awarded the major road that is Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. The road stretches around 750 kilometers in the coastal states of Nigeria, starting from Lagos all the way to Calabar. And in essence, we were selected for such a project because of the concrete technique that we are applying and we are adopting in Nigeria. So we have done several projects and they were very successful. Some of it directly, some of it indirectly. And the indirect ones, they are there to speak about themselves. They are there for the past 5 years, 4 years, 5 years. We did it under the Dangote Industries, part of the projects under the tax credit projects. And you can see them once you visit, that they are as if built today. For this reason, on the coastal states, you need something robust, you need something that is durable, and the concrete technique, the CRCP, continuous reinforced concrete pavement, is one of the best to be applied.
So are you also doing shoreline protection along that coastal road?
Along the coastal road itself, not necessarily, except in one particular area where the government has diverted the road to a stretch of 2 kilometers, just in order to minimize the effect and the hardship on the people, in order not to demolish houses. So by deviating those 2 kilometers, they have saved not less than 750 houses. So in order to release the hardship and to make it easier on everybody, so we are now obliged to do a little bit of a shoreline, which is not strange to Hitech. We have done a lot of shoreline before, and we have a lot to do as well.
I remember at the beginning of the project, there was a lot of rumpus because some temporary constructions were taken down in Lagos just at the beginning of the road. Has that all been smoothed over now?
Yeah, everything has been smoothed out. The ministry, as well as the state and federal government, they have engaged with all the stakeholders, and all the people that are owning lands and houses and properties, they were properly compensated as per the Nigerian laws. So having said that, we are not seeing any kind of problems, and I believe people can speak about themselves.
Fantastic. And there's a road to the north as well. How many sections is Hitech involved in?
That road, we are currently involved in 2 sections. It is called the Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway. We were engaged in some tenders, and we were lucky to secure 2 of the sections. Section 1 is in Sokoto, and Section 2 is in Kebbi. Those are to a stretch of 378 kilometers, more or less, for the time being.
And where will you be getting your materials for that? Will you be doing a cement road? Concrete roads?
Concrete roads, yeah. Concrete roads throughout. And you see, the beauty of the concrete roads is that most of the raw material is manufactured and made in Nigeria. So you have, for instance, if you go to anywhere else in Africa, the concrete roads, you can make it from the raw material produced in the African countries. So cement, steel, aggregates, everything is being made there. So there is no need for importation, except for a few items for the bridges, for instance.
So the steel is locally made as well?
Yeah, for sure, yes.
Fantastic. And sort of looking forwards then, where do you see Hitech evolving? Maybe looking at more regional contracts? I know it's sometimes difficult for, especially when moving out of a big market like Nigeria, to go to neighboring countries. Have you tried here in Abidjan, for example?
Not recently in Abidjan. We were in Abidjan during the pandemic, the COVID period. Unfortunately, we were not successful at that stage. Maybe because we did not know the market very well. Nowadays, we will try if the opportunity arises. Yeah, why not? So we are looking forward to expand, as I told you, in West Africa as a whole and in the whole African continent.
And the competition is tough. You have, Portuguese companies, you have Chinese companies, you have Turkish companies which are very strong in construction. How do you compete? I mean, the Chinese, they'll bring finance, so it's a sweet deal for the government because the finance and the road is given at the same time. How do you compete with that?
We are trying as well to secure projects together with their finances. So we will speak with the government. So we check to check on first the project if it is viable or not, or if it is required or not. If it is, then we are willing to assist with the financing under EPC plus F, and the financial aspect will be organized, negotiated, but at the end it will be signed between the government and the financiers. So we are willing to take that opportunity and to compete against those big companies, as what you have said.
Fantastic. Dany Abboud, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.